Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it happens to be for you. For most of you, I guess morning. Hello YouTube as well, for everybody who's watching after the fact, of course. Good to have you all along. We're going to have a look at the opening to Season 26 of ICBBL, and we're going to have a look at all the teams that are available, the coaches that are available, and I'm going to do it mostly without notes, which was probably a bad idea, but I didn't want to spend too long on this first opening, actually. There are a few things that I do want to talk about first of all, though. So, of course, some of the games have already been played, because the season itself started on Saturday. Sorry. But the rollover is on Tuesday, so we're still on Tuesday turnovers, so I thought I may as well keep this going on Tuesdays. Obviously, it's the most comfortable day for me to do it as well. But some games have been played, so just keep that in mind. So some of the Steel teams won't be exactly new, because they've already played one game. And there haven't been too many games played, but there's been around about 10 already, which, you know, it's been a pretty active start to the season already. I do also have a video just finishing in the background that's going to launch in probably just a second that I will need to stop, and I also wanted to talk, of course, about the playoffs very quickly. So that's basically all the notes that I have for this particular season. So the playoffs are as follows. Gold, as always, there'll be a playoff between the top 4. The winner of this playoff will be announced as the champion of the pyramid. In silver, it will also be the top 4, but each of these 4 players do automatically go up to gold, and the bottom 4 in gold do drop down. Oh, I just noticed that the video has finished. Let me stop that. There we go. And in Bronze League, it will be top 8 of the 3 groups. That's the top 2 in each group, A, B, C, plus the other 2 best results across all 3 leagues, and my cat is causing me lots of problems. And for Steel League, it'll be top 16. So again, top 2 from each division, and there are 6 divisions, plus 4. The 4 best results otherwise going up. So that's what we're looking at in terms of playoff positions at the end of the season. But we're at the start of the season, and I think I just opened something by accident, but we'll see. We're going to start off, as always, by going through the pyramid, and then afterwards we will go through steel as well. And yeah, I guess I did just open something because it's getting a bit laggy. I have about 3 hours, so that should be enough time, but considering how the opening thing went last time, you never know. But I have given myself 3 hours, so yeah, I did just open something. Let me close that again. I didn't want to do that, and it's going to make everything slow and horrible. And I don't want silver, sorry, I want bronze, of course. But anybody who's watching in chat, how are you? Why is that not working? Come on. And of course, anybody in YouTube as well. If I forget to mention something about your team, or if I forget your name, or if I mispronounce your name, or if I don't know who you are, if you want to give me any extra details, by all means do so in the chat if you're here when we're live, or do it in YouTube in the comments if you're watching after the fact. But let's start off with bronze and bronze A. So I believe there are 30 teams in bronze, but it might be 28. I didn't actually check. So we've got quite a few teams to go through. And obviously each of these teams are returning from, at the very least, last season. Some of them we will recognize from the last rundowns, and some of them might be relatively new, but I think I know all of the teams. I don't remember any shocking teams in bronze. There may be some returners from a while back, though. I'll try and keep an eye out on that. Bronze A is actually my group as well. I'm not going to start with my group, but I am the halfling team in this group. And in terms of coaches, we got a pretty stacked roster here, to be honest, with Meshuggah and Makarovic, 2 of the admins in ICBBL. I know for a fact that Stitches and Catbus are 2 of the opponents that a lot of people don't want to play. And then Gibbs is competent as far as I can see. Tessie is good fun, but also very competent. Soroni, we already know is very competent. Scooter and Mr. Sims V, all of these guys know what they're doing for the most part. So we've got a very stacked roster in Bronze A in terms of coaches. And I do get to get revenge on this Chaos team that destroyed my Norse team by playing them with my Halfling team, and we actually are up against each other in the first round. So there is that as well. This is actually a round robin, so we'll only play 7 rounds because there's only 7 rounds, but Yeah, we will play 7 of the 9 opposition teams. But alright, let's have a look at what we got. And we'll start at the start with Meshuggah and his orcs. So Meshuggah and his orcs, the power ballads are, I think they're 2 seasons in. I mean, I think it's their 2nd season, and it looks like it is, because they've only got 12 games. That's not 12, Aaron, that's 13. 13 games under their belt. It's not even 13, is it? Yes, this is 13. Okay. Or is it 15? I don't know. I can't count. Whatever. It's 15. I can't count today, apparently. And we got a very guard-heavy orc roster, and a very stand-firm-heavy orc roster, which seems to be Meshuggah's MO recently. A lot of guard and a lot of stand-firm, and it's working for him. Meshuggah is, like I said, he's very competent. There's also one piling on with tackle as well, Blitzer. And each of the Black Orcs taken block as well. There's one rookie Black Orc still though. But yeah, a lot of guard. Very very awkward orc team to deal with actually. Just with this pretty basic and standard development so far. And of course block on a troll, which probably makes this guy the star player. It's probably the piling on Blitzer in reality, but you know, I prefer the troll. The troll is prettier. Pretty troll with block. So that's that basically. I believe these guys were in the playoff last season. I should have really made a note of who made it to the playoffs, but I think these guys were one of the teams in the playoffs, and I didn't make that note, so I'm going to stop talking about the playoffs from last season, I think. But this is the team that's come up from, obviously, Steel Part 1, and best of luck to Meshuggah, of course. Unless he's playing the Halflings, then I hope he dies a slow and horrible death. But, you know, every other game, best of luck to him, of course. Then we have Makarovic. I actually played Makarovic in Silver yesterday, and I will probably get to play him in Bronze as well. This is a team that the Stumblers have faced before. The Dread, Incarnate, Doomstack, and I didn't actually look at the motto, etc. I always forget to do this. I'll have to go back to the Orcs in a second. There is no motto on this team, but Dread, Incarnate, Doomstack. So we actually fired one of the werewolves with plus strength, because there were 2 strength 4 werewolves, but in order to keep himself in Bronze, he did fire one of them. But again, lots of guard, lots of mighty blow, and pretty brutal necromantic team, especially at this level. And these actually have dropped down from Silver, so they've got lots of games under their belt probably. I don't know how many. Yeah, 30 actually. It's not terrible, but they've got a lot compared to the competition probably. And I haven't checked kills and deaths, so let's have a look. They've had 4 kills on this team and 3 deaths. And we don't have a particularly difficult naming system here. Just I think we've gone kind of no, I get the feeling that's a trophy zombie because it doesn't fit with the rest. But I guess that was named by somebody, but not by Makarovic. That sounds like an undo style player actually. But okay. That's Dread, Incarnate, Doomstack. Let's go back to the Orcs for a second, see if they have, one a slow dance, the power ballads, and we've got names of course, power ballads. There we go. That makes perfect sense. With a little bit of tongue-in-cheek sadism involved. And they actually managed 6 kills in their 15 games, and just the 1 death, which is a lot for Orcs actually. 1 death. So, Saronian is Citadel of Chaos. This Chaos team with Smack Your Pitch Up. Very nice. And this fantastic pink. We always like the pink color. This team is pretty brutal. I mean, I've had the displeasure of facing them with my Norse team that got destroyed. So I'm sure he's hoping to do the same sort of thing with other people too, of course. And I don't really see any particular naming system here, but anyway, we have not so much Mighty Blow actually, but the Mighty Blow is piling on, pun not intended. And obviously we do have quite a lot of block in the team as well, and a couple of guard too. Morning up sit-ups. I'm having problems with sound apparently. I don't know why. In game I mean, not my sound. There's also a Tackle Beastman, and we have 1 Claw, which is going to be pretty helpful in this group because there's a lot of bash. in this group actually, and the tackle is going to help against me, obviously. Not that you need help against against halflings really. So star player. I didn't look at the star player wolf last time, but star player is probably actually this guy with the mighty blow and claw, because you know he has a nice manicure. So we'll go with him. These guys were obviously in bronze last season, so they're at least on season 3, and 21 games, so roughly the same as the necromantics under Makarovic. 4 kills and 6 deaths. That's a bad matchup for Chaos. It should be more kills than deaths. How are you, DRP? Are you well? I didn't look at the star player here, so let's have a quick look at him. Where was he? There he is. There's no contender for star player, but we've got Wolfgang A, plus strength, blodge, mighty blow, and nice big shoulder pads. Yes. Okay, who's next here then? We got Catbus and his pesky pestilent pests. And I always mix up Catbus and Beer Monkey for some reason, so I'm probably going to do it this season as well, because I usually do. So I apologize in advance for all the times that I call you Beer Monkey and all the times that I call Beer Monkey Catbus, because I don't know why. I just mix you two up sometimes when I'm looking at your teams. I think it's because you use the same icons and you both play Skaven. So, pesky, pestilent pests. Pests whom are both pesky and pestilent. Grand, on my way to work. On your way to work, okay. Oh, I started on time then. Well, good. I hope work goes well for you. So, I believe these guys are in their 3rd season as well. No, they came straight from Steel. Maybe 15 games. Yeah, they came straight from Steel, I guess. No, they could have had 1 season in bronze. I'm not sure. I have a feeling they're in bronze last season, and I should have really taken notes, but I didn't. So we got 2 blodge gutters. We got Storm Vermin with probably the star player here, Mighty Blow Tackle and plus agility. Second one with Mighty Blow Tackle, and then Thrower with who's picked up block and plus agility, and 1 lineman. So we're going to play some games with loners first of all. 3 loners in the team for the first game. And maybe it's going to be a loner heavy roster for a little bit, but that's relatively normal. For rats, of course, as long as they keep their positionals alive, they should be fine. And this is our star player, HIV. I know he suffered quite a lot of death last season. There was, I remember some gutters going down for certain, and I think I remember a Storm Vermin dying. Was there a Rat Ogre in this team? I don't think so, but I know this team has suffered some death for certain. So they're also 15 games in with 2 kills and 8 deaths. So he's averaging 1 death every 2 games. More than that, actually, which is, you know, not ideal. But there's Catbus and his pesky pestilent pests. Then we go into Tessie, the singing mastermind, and his team Bile, that actually looks quite destroyed, actually. Corroding since Season 24 Steel, Season 25 Bronze. So there we go, he's given me the information. He's on Season 3 for this team, with his 2nd run in Bronze. I did play this team. I don't remember who I played it as, but I have played this team, I think. No, I didn't play this team. I played as Orcs. I haven't played this team. I get to play this team for the first time this season. So we have we actually have a Nurgle warrior who hasn't picked up block yet, which is a bit surprising. But we got on the block mighty blow route mostly. I'm a bit confused by this development on the warriors, but there we go. We've got a mixed lot of development on the warriors. He went at least 3 safe routes. It's quite common actually that your last piece you give mighty blow. I'm not judging him, but it's kind of surprising that he's changed his mind in the development of his Nurgle warriors. And 3 pestigors, 1 with plus strength block. That's probably the star player. Yeah, probably. And 2 with block tackle. So this is going to be a difficult team for me to face off against with my halflings. Got to deal with 2 lots tackle and lots of mighty blow. And Beast of Nurgle has picked up guard block. Block is always nice to pick up on a big guy, of course. So we said he's in his 3rd season. He's got 18 games under his belt. And 6 kills, 4 deaths. There's probably mostly rotters, to be fair. And same situation. He's going to have 3 loners for the first game, and we're going to have a loner heavy roster for a bit because he has no gold. Only 2 rerolls as well. He may want a 3rd at some point. Might not. Don't know. Depends on how he likes to play. But yeah, a bit of a rebuild at the start of the season here, where he wants to at least pick up the 4th Pestigore, I guess. I wish good luck to Meshuggah. I haven't wished good luck to anybody else, so I'll just say it now. Good luck to everybody in this group, because I'm not going to call you all out individually, I guess. Alright, then we have a second Skaven team. There's only 2 Skaven teams on there. Yeah, the second Skaven team. Scooter's Great Rat Race in ICBBL. Run away as fast as you can. Away is spelled wrong, but still. Pretty stacked roster this time. All 4 getters, 2 Storm Vermin, no thrower. Interesting. We got a dirty player as well. That's always good to see. So, we got one gutter runner that is a natural 1-turner, and we got a second one who's almost a natural 1-turner. He's 1 sprint away from doing so, but this plus movement, sprint, sure feet is definitely a natural 1-turner and definitely the star of the team. He's a bench realistically though, if he wants to keep this thing alive. But he can't afford it. Second one can also 1-turn with 1 push, which is also pretty good with 2 heads and wrestle. Then we've got a block, 2 heads sidestep, and Donovan Bailey Jr. I think was a replacement for the first Donovan Bailey who was killed. So I think this is a relatively new addition to the team based on where the team ended up last time I looked at them. And then Storm Vermin with Mighty Blow tackle, and Storm Vermin with guard tackle. Dirty player lineman, kick lineman, busted movement lineman. So star player is... I'm not even going to attempt that. I'm trying it in my head. I'm not even going to attempt saying that out loud. But Haley is the star player. So there we go. Good old Storm Vermin as a star. Standard Skaven setup that way. So we're 18 games in. I'm actually counting it now instead of trying to say it out loud. 4 kills, which is pretty good, and 5 deaths. That's not bad actually for Skaven. That's not bad at all. That's a pretty good kill-death ratio. So definitely in better shape than Kappa's Skaven, but Kappa's is only 1 season in, I think, whereas these guys got a couple more games under their belt, so not sure. Alright, next we'll have a look at Tree Trees. And Tree Trees play Saroni's Chaos on Saturday. That'll be live at approximately... No, Friday. Sorry, that game is Friday. That game will be live approximately... what did we decide on? Friday evening. 11:30 my time, I think. So that's 8:30? Yeah, 8:30 UTC, I think, on Friday. Tree Trees take on Saroni's Chaos. The Chaos that we looked at with the pink armor. So, Tree Trees, how many trees? Tree Trees is a team based on a game that I played with Fallen Glory many seasons ago when the Legendary B2 was first announced, and because we were both really tired after so many games, Fallen Glory was struggling to speak, and he kept saying Tree Trees instead of 3 trees. So that's where this comes from. And there is a video with highlights on Chris J's channel at Simulation Chris. It's a pretty well-known meme in this community by this point. I didn't actually shout out the community, so if you're not part of the community, we are playing in ICBBL. It's a very friendly Blood Bowl community where everybody's welcome to join. Obviously we just started the season, so we're not signing up at the moment, but if you do want to come hang out in the Discord is there. You know, you can play friendly games and say hi to all the guys that we're talking about. So this Halfling team is actually kind of battered, and they're going to have a bit of a rough start because I'm a tree down. So True Roots is on the bench for at least 1 game. I may end up firing him and replacing him, to be honest, though. But he's only busted armor, so maybe not. I haven't decided, to be honest. But he does have busted armor, but he also has guard, so may get rid of him, might not. Second Treeman also has guard. We have a busted movement sure feet halfling, which is a problem, and a second halfling with sure feet as well. 1 halfling with sprint, 1 halfling with sidestep, and a busted armor value halfling, which I don't really care about. And otherwise, we're looking mostly at rookies. One halfling died as well. That's why there's a gap here. Rest in peace, you little dude. I don't even remember which little dude it was. I think it was... No, Sturdy's there. I don't know which little dude it was, but one little dude died, so... Don't know. And Mustachio is the popular player, I think, but in terms of star player, I don't really have one on this team yet. So I'll give it to Deeproot Long-Winded. Both of them have guard, but I think he's currently the star player. And that was a combination of two standardized names. I just put them together. And we're only 7 games in. There've been lots of wins on this team, as you can see. Big fat 0, but that's fine. We got 3 draws. I'm not overly disappointed with their performance, and I don't play in the off season. Every other team plays on the off season. I don't, generally speaking. I'm quite happy having an uphill fight. I don't mind. So we have actually had 1 kill. I don't remember who we killed, but we have had 1 kill. I'm pretty sure it was a tree that did it, and we have had only the 2 deaths. Stunty was one of them, and I think Sturdy was one of them. So, yeah, Sturdy and Stunty, I think, have both died. Stunty, I think I replaced last time, so there we go. There's trees. Then we got a human team, which is interesting. I hope I get to face the humans, but I haven't actually seen which team I'm up against, to be honest. We'll have a quick look at the schedule in a moment, though. So, just your regular humans from Mr. Zimsby. I have a feeling he has a different name on Discord, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. I'm not really familiar with this coach, to be honest, and I've heard good things, but I don't think we've played. Maybe we've played and I'm losing my mind. I hope we haven't played. If we have played, I'm terribly sorry. If I see a Discord name, I'll probably remember. I don't tend to pay attention to coach names, quite frankly. No motto. And what we got then? We got Ogre with guard. We got Blitzer with movement and guard. Probably our star player. Yeah, he's probably our star player. So Jekyll Fentelberry with his nice big nose and fantastic beard. I do have slight beard envy every time I see this guy. I can't grow these parts personally, which is rather annoying. I can grow my beard like that, but it would be missing the fantastic side mustache unless I really grew the mustache, I guess. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So, 8 movement, guard, blitzer, of course. Mighty blow on blitzer as well. There's dodge on a thrower. There's block on a catcher. And there's plus strength on a catcher. Trying to think whether I'd take plus strength on a catcher. Not sure. It just puts it up to a standard strength. Yeah, it makes him... I suppose when you're... Yeah, okay. I suppose when you're not thinking, you can try and hit this guy, and then realize that, oh, I needed an assist, so fair enough. And block on alignment as well. So mostly fairly standard actual development on the human team. Hey, Beer Monkey, thank you very much for the subscription. That was completely unnecessary of you, but I very much appreciate it. Also, not too far in. They've had I can't count now. They've had 7 games, so same as my team actually. They haven't done any off-season games. You've completely thrown me, Beer Monkey. I'll give you a shout out when I look at your team, generally speaking, but I may give you a shout out a bit earlier now. I'll give you a shout out after this group. 2 kills for this human team and no deaths yet. So not bad for the human team at all. That's all looking very good. Let's give a shout out to Beer Monkey then when he's here, because when's better to do it, I guess. Generally speaking, I do shout out coaches as I come across their teams, if I know that they are streamers, but Beer Monkey is here and he's in the chat, so there we go. There's your shout out. Beer Monkey also streams all of his games in ICBBL, and he also often plays in CCL. He's quite competitive in CCL, and he's very entertaining to watch, so go check him out and give him some love, because he deserves it. And then we have a Norse team, Canadian Welding Bureau, from Gibbs. I'm pretty sure he's Gibbs in both Discord and in game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's also called Gibbs. I don't think I've communicated with Gibbs as well. And we have a Yeti, so that's exciting. So, Mighty Blow on an Ulferina. Berserker with Tackle, Berserker with Mighty Blow. We got a plus Agility Runner, he's probably the star. A Lineman with Dirty Player. And a Runner with Dodge. And Thrower's picked up Sure Hands and Pass. Actually, I changed my mind, he's the star player. Oh, that's Dump Off. Why did I think that was Pass? He's already got Pass. Yeah, they look the same. That's why. Yeah, sorry, he's picked up Dump Off, not Pass. So he already starts to Pass. So this guy also with a fantastic beard. That's our star player here. And my hair looks like his at the moment. Not quite as red, but equally as messy. So we've gone really deep into the thrower category, which is good. Throwers are always undervalued in a Norse team. I personally like them, but a lot of people don't. Though the reason I like them is because they're basically a cheap leader, and I think if you don't go there, you've kind of gone in the wrong direction. To be fair, but overall, I like this. I like this choice with the thrower and poor. All right then, and we are 10 games in with just 5 deaths and no kills. Ouch. Saying that though, he's kept his team fairly. I'm surprised he's had so many deaths actually, because all of his positionals are fine, and he's kept his team fairly well stacked, and he still has gold. So that's interesting, considering that there's a player dying on average every 2 games. But all right, that's great. And lastly, we have Stitches, who was in the running for Was he in the steel playoff or the bronze playoff? He was in the steel playoff, so he was close to being a champion. I don't think he was the champion, but he was close to being a champion in steel. Was he the champion? And I forgot. Let me check. Who was the champion of steel? I've got them all here. No, it was Turin. Okay, but Stitches was definitely in the running. Because you rock your legend, you. Thank you. Yeah, I keep the authentication on because I don't want bots in my chat, put simply. Yes, Turin, thank you. I just caught it myself. Thank you. Right, there's a nice Witch Elf in this team, that's for certain, with Strength 4 and Agility 5. That is definitely our star player, which is a generally star player, to be fair, but she's even developed as a star player for certain. And then Mighty Blow on a Blitzer, 2 lots of Blodge on a Blitzer, and Dodge on Lineman, which is usually the first choice for a Dark Elf or High Elf lineman, sometimes Wood Elf as well, but Dodge is usually... Turin is always Steel Champ. Yeah, I know the Stitches was in the running though. Which is relatively normal for Elves, of course. We are only 8 games in, so I don't think he did get too far in the playoffs actually, but he got into the playoffs at least. 2 kills and 0 deaths, so it's a pretty good start for Stitches. Not looking forward to facing that team. So best of luck to all the coaches in this group, apart from me of course. I don't need any luck, I just need trees. And so in the first round then we got the Dark Elves playing the Nurgle, we got the Skaven playing the Skaven off. We got Chaos playing Halflings, we got Necromantic playing Humans, and there were also Orcs against Norse. So that's our first round. And who don't I play? That's what I'm going to have a look at. I don't play the Humans, and I don't play cat buses, pesky pestilent pests. Sorry. So I play every other team in the group. Do I? Yeah, there's 7 games. Yeah, there's 7 games. So I don't play those 2. All right, let's move on to Bronze B then. How are we doing on time? Are we too slow? We're kind of too slow. May have to speed up a little bit, but I don't know. We'll see. Should be fine. Just 8 teams in this, so maybe we don't have to speed up so much. So originally I said maybe there's 30, maybe there's 28. It looks like actually there's 26 teams in Bronze, because it's probably 10, 8, 8. I guess. Who have we got here then? We got Undo, Shug Daddy, Gameslayer, Crowley, Sauron, Evil Smoothie, Angus. Who's Angus? That's not their name in Discord. I'm certain about that. And Saima. So yeah, hopefully this one will come to me, unless somebody in chat is nice enough to tell me. But I can't remember their name in Discord. I know it's definitely different though. All right. So we'll start at the start with Undo and his Dark Elf team. Undo is obviously well known for his Dark Elf antics, and I believe these have already been in. This may be a returning team actually, because I don't think these were here last season, or were they? No, because he wasn't playing Dark Elves in Bronze, he was playing Dark Elves in Steel, and it wasn't this team. So I think this is a returning team from a previous season. Well, alright. We got a Block Mighty Blow Witch Elf, a Blitzer with Sidestep Mighty Blow, Blitzer with Sidestep, Blitzer with plus Strength Tackle. Blitzers don't start with Dodge, sorry, they're both Blodge Blitzers as well. Block plus Strength Tackle, that's probably the star player. I really like this armor actually. I don't play a lot of elves, so I don't get to see their designs, but this is actually some really sick armor. Fair enough. It may also be one of the ones that you unlock with Scions, because I don't think I've seen it before, and I don't think I've unlocked the skins for the elf teams for the most part. There are two linemen with plus agility as well, one of which also has wrestle, so yeah, pretty stacked Dark Elf roster already actually. It's alright. And these guys are 11 games in. They've had 2 kills and they've had 4 deaths. They've had a bit of a rough start, and they do start off with a loner, of course, as well. But alright, I'm gonna have to have a look at who Angus is, because it's annoying me now. So let's find his name in Discord. Bronze B, Bronze B, Bronze B, Bronze B, Bronze B. Nope, he has the same name in Discord. Okay, never mind then. I'm just not very familiar with this coach apparently. Oh, I do have a Discord message as well. 1 second, sorry. Well, bad news for my student, good news for me and you guys. My student is not going to be here for a lesson, so I have longer, so I don't need to worry about speeding up. So that's good. I'm not on a time crunch anymore. Oh, yeah, I went for everything. So let's have a look at the Warpstone Wazix, which, you know, is always a fun name, and Shug Daddy. Squeak as the motto here. And this polka dot skin on the team. So we've got a Storm Vermin with Mighty Blow, Claw, and Busted Movement. It's kind of a shame. You don't want Busted Movement on Skaven for the most part. Another Storm Vermin with Mighty Blow, Tackle, Piling On, and Niggle. The Storm Vermin have taken a bit of a beating. 2 linemen here for some reason. Gutter Runner with Block Sidestep. Gutter Runner, who is the star probably, who is a natural one-turner with 2 heads. Where's the second head? Oh, it is there. God, that is not obvious with this skin. Interesting. The second head is below, but usually it's much clearer than when they're wearing this skin apparently, so that's interesting. Lineman with Wrestle, Tackle, and Busted Armor value, but he's a lineman, so who really cares, and Gutter Runner, who's picked up Wrestle, and then a Block and a Wrestle lineman as well. These guys are quite a few games in. Oh wow. They're 25 games in with 4 kills and 7 deaths. Rough time for these Wazix by the looks of things. But there we go. And then we have Gameslayer with We Rise As We Fall. And this team is becoming a bit of an interesting watch, because I know that Gameslayer is often asking for advice on this team, and he's built a relatively interesting build. It's a little bit out there, but it's really interesting to watch actually how he goes through this, and sometimes the decisions he makes. I think he'd be okay with me saying he's a relatively new coach, but yeah, he's doing pretty well overall, and it's always good to see how these things develop. So We Rise As We Fall with a A lot of skeletons on the team, which I like. A lot of people would advise against it, but I like it. He did finally replace that mummy as well. There was a busted mummy on this team for a while, but it's gone. That's good. So, block, break, tackle, plus movement mummy. That's automatically the star player, isn't it? I mean, come on, what else could it be? So very nice, very nice. There's a rookie mummy that has been purchased relatively recently, but already picked up SPP, which is great. There's a white who's out on busted armor with mighty blow and tackle. There's a ghoul with block sidestep. There's another white who is a rookie, and then zombies and skeletons all the way down. We got lots of block, lots of tackle, and a dirty player, and even a mighty blow on a skeleton, which is an interesting choice. But mighty blow, tackle, and niggle on Ben the Deceased. So that looks like something that belongs in my undead team. But okay, it's good. It's good to see. And they're a player down as well, unfortunately. So probably they want to kill something and bring a zombie back. That's usually the way this goes. Alright, and then we... no, we don't. We have a look at the statistics, because I ignored the statistics. Sorry. So, 16, 21, 28 games in, 1 kill, and 7 deaths. Jesus. Yeah. I forgot how battered this team was. 7 deaths on an undead team. That's wild, man. But alright. And Crowley with that would be nice. Definitely also a playoff contender. Definitely also went pretty far. Don't think they won though. Pretty sure they didn't. Because I need to keep the champs in front of me, I guess. I know that Nibanon was champion in 2 of the groups. Turin was champion of steel, and this wasn't from gold, so Nibanon was one of the gold. Ilmiko won silver, of course, yeah. But these guys were contending in the playoffs as well. I know that for a fact. What we got then? We got a pretty broken Wood Elf team, which is fairly standard. War Dancer with tackle, sidestep, frenzy. Frenzy's fun. War Dancer, probably man of the match. Probably man of the match. Probably star player. Or this guard catcher. No, probably this guy. So War Dancer here, probably our star player with strip ball, sidestep, tackle, and jump up. So pretty solid sacker there, with the chance of sacking and then immediately not sacking. Well, taking the ball out of somebody, getting knocked down, stealing it, going to score. So with wrestle he'd be a sacker, but he already has block, so don't need a sacker really. Catcher with block guard, catcher with block sidestep, and a lineman who's picked up dodge plus agility. So we got another ball freak here, which is always good on a Wood Elf team, obviously. And we are 2 players down. There are 3 gaps, obviously, but we're down to number 12, so 2 players down. They're starting off with 2 loners. Wrong button. So, 25 games in, 2 kills, and 11 deaths. Not so surprising on a Wood Elf team. Still sucks, but not so surprising. And then Sauron's first team with Sour's Squad Ron, the Chaos Dwarf team, with a Minotaur, and Daka Daka Daka, which is always fun to say. So, not so much development on this team actually. These guys are relatively new, yeah? Do they come straight up from... No, they've had 2 seasons. Or they've had a lot of off-season. Interesting. Not a lot of development on this team, but okay. Rookie Bull Centaur. Hobgoblin with busted movement. Dwarf Blocker with strip ball. Dwarf Blocker with claw. Rookie Minotaur. Hobgoblin with block. 2 more Hobgoblins with block, and a Bull Centaur with block tackle. Yeah, let's have the claw guy as the star player, I guess. What a manicure! Yeah, going full Wolverine style. And I don't know why, but I don't have beard envy for these dwarfs. I think it's because of the huge teeth. But I don't know. I do have claw envy for him, though. I will say that. And this guy actually has a niggle as well that I missed. So sorry, he has claw and niggle. So there we go. There's our star player, probably. I did have a look at the games, obviously. So there's 6, 8, 14 games in. We have 2 kills and 1 death. One death. One death I think maybe in a blocker, because I think they're missing one. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. They're missing a dwarf blocker, so I guess the death was a dwarf. Which is a good news for most people, bad news for Sauron. I'm pretty sure it would have been this player as well, because that makes sense, wouldn't it? So his bench of 2 is down to a bench of 1, which is still more than enough on a Chaos Dwarf team, to be fair. Let's go off on a tangent quickly. I was watching an interview with some of the most consistent coaches in CCL, and they all kind of agreed that Chaos Dwarfs are statistically the best team in Blood Bowl, and the coach who is most consistent and has the most wins and playoff champions under his belt, he almost consistently plays Chaos Dwarfs. So, interesting to know, more than anything. Alright then, Evil Smoothie and his Khemri, rolling skulls. I'll try to make sure that I don't forget this is Khemri again, because I forgot when I was talking about the playoffs that it's a Khemri team. It's definitely a Khemri team. They're very pink and they're very Khemri. So, Nuffle giveth, Nuffle taketh. Nuffle laugheth. Pretty stacked roster. We got all 4 Tomb Guardians have already picked up Mighty Blow. 2 of them also have Guard, so great development on the Tomb Guards. Yeah, I like this team actually. I like this team as a contender for playoff position looking at them. Both Blitzwires also have Mighty Blow. One has Piling On, one has Tackle. One of the Throwers has picked up Block. Skeleton has picked up Dirty Player, and Skeleton has picked up Wrestle. Who's our star player? Probably the Pylon piece. So yeah, this guy is probably our star player with their feet facing the wrong way and doing the Egyptian. This looks kind of creepy, but anyway. It's been a while since I've looked at a Blitzer actually. They look really funky. Alright, so yeah, that's our star player there. And how does this team look in general? Did they come up straight from Steel? I think they did, yeah. 11 games in, 2 kills, 0 deaths. Jesus, they're 11 games in, they've got all this development. That's impressive, Smoothie. That's very impressive. So yeah, we'll keep a close eye on them for certain. So, I'm going to stick at Angus if that's okay. I'm not entirely sure of the pronunciation, but Angus, who's also Angus on Discord. I checked and he is. I don't know why I thought he had a different name. Heavy Weapons and Smash. The Orc team. Blitzer Mighty Blow. Blitzer with Mighty Blow and miss next game. Blitzer with Guard. Blitzer with Guard. Black Orc with Block. And Lineman with Wrestle and Loner. Well, our star player is the only guy who's picked up 2 stats, so we got this Blitzer with Tackle Mighty Blow. They must be their first season in though, because that's not a lot of development on an Orc team, and it looks like they've had a bit of a bashing from the other teams actually. We'll have a look. So yeah, first season in. 9 games, 1 kill, 2 deaths. That's a bad kill-death ratio for Orcs. I don't know, maybe they had a pretty heavy load of enemies. What happened in this actually? This is really weird. So, Goblins, Norse, Vampires, Dark Elves, Pro Elves, High Elves, Goblins, Nurgle, Ogres. Okay, interesting. Don't know what happened there, but that's some interesting development for Orcs. And lastly, Saimar the Madman with his Goblins in bronze. I know I've also got a stunty team, but yeah, Saimar is more serious than me, generally speaking. So we got a Goblin team, and he's pretty sensible with the Goblin team. He's only taken the Chainsaw of the weapons, and he's taken the Pogo, which actually surprises me, but still. Blackwater Mischiefs, Trick and Treachery. That's our team. No levels on the Trolls, which is bad news. No level on the Loony, which is bad news. No level on the Pogoer, which is bad news. Though we do have 2 Dirty Player Goblins, so we've gone for some fairly... yeah... we've embraced the madness with Goblins, basically. So, who's the star player? This one has more SPP, so Tim Skullduggery, the Dirty Player. He's our star on the Goblin team at the moment. Chainsaw did pick up man of the match though, so he is only 1 point away. So you never know. May see him level up soon. And there's also an ogre that only needs to break 1 more set of bones in order to advance as well. But kind of slow development for a Goblin team. No Apothecary as well. Don't know if you need an Apothecary on a team, but it's useful to have to protect your, well, Loony, the Pogoer, and potentially the Trolls. But it's also kind of bloaty. Also somebody who doesn't really play outside of, who doesn't usually play off-season, so we're only 8 games in. 1 kill. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these kills is one of the orcs we just looked at. And 2 deaths. That's pretty good for goblins, actually. That's very good for goblins, actually. Just 2 dead. Yeah. No permanent injuries? Not bad, not bad. So, best of luck to all 8 teams in Bronze B as well. But let's have a look at who's playing who in the first round. Wow, we've already had 3 games in this round. I'm not going to go through the games that have already happened, because I'll be doing that next Tuesday, obviously. But the Goblins faced off against the Orcs. The Khemri faced off against the... What are these guys? Oops. Yeah, Undead, okay. Undead. Undo, sorry. Undo and his Dark Elves. So Dark Elves against Khemri. The Chaos Dwarfs play off against the Skaven, which is a rough matchup for the Skaven, and the Wood Elves played off against the Undead. So that's our first round, and obviously they'll all play each other because we've only got 8 teams in this group. Alright, and let's have a look at Bronze C. Also 8 teams, so 26 teams in Bronze. So one more time, there will be 8 players in the playoff, the top 2 of each group, plus the next 2 best results. So that's what the playoff's going to look like. And we have Noise Brigade, we have Meridreg, Nibanon, D-Man, Launcher, Krull, Jeff B or Lego, and Fallen Glory. Did I miss anybody else? I think everybody else is called what they're called in Discord, but this is Lego. Alright then, Skaven, Amazon, Lizard, Dwarf, Ogre, Orc, Human, Underworld. Let's start off at the start with Noise Brigade, and here's the Rat Racers. Live fast, die young. Squeak loud. I added the last one, just in case. So, Storm Vermin with Mighty Blow. Storm Vermin with a lot of things, Jesus. Guard, Tackle, Mighty Blow, and Stand Firm. Interesting little rat. Gutter Runner with Agility, Wrestle, Strip Ball, Leap, and Dauntless. That's our star player, I think. Dauntless is interesting on a Gutter Runner. I don't think I've ever seen that before. It makes perfect sense to me, but I don't think I've actually seen somebody take it. Especially as this guy is the Sacker. That's very interesting, but okay. I'm not sure if I like that or not, but I mean, I like it in terms of its uniqueness, but I'm not sure if I like it as a choice, but it's fine. And then we got a Stand Firm Gutter Runner as well, also weird, but block, Stand Firm. What's this? Shadowing, Tackle, and Sure Feet. I don't know what to make of these builds, to be honest. They're interesting, I'll give them that. And Wrestle, Agility, and Block Guard. We got a lot of doubles and stats on this Gutter Runner group. A Throw with Block, Lineman with Kick Block, and a Miss Next Game Lineman who is going to be placed by a loner for the first game at least. 2 rerolls. Yeah, nice development. Oh, a lot of games, okay. 36 plus 9 is 45, so 45 games. 9 kills in 45 games and 13 deaths. Not bad kill-death ratio. That's pretty good actually. You expect to die more as Skaven, but if you can mostly keep up, that's usually a pretty good result. So that's nice. And then we'll have a look at Meridreg and Wonderworld, an Amazon team. First Amazon team we've seen so far. Amazons aren't very popular at the moment. Maybe I should play an Amazon season. I don't like the way they sound though. So, kill 'em all, and the time as hard as ice cream. All the time, sorry, as hard as ice cream. Okay, That's the motto. So we've got a dead blitzer, I guess, because there's a blitzer spot missing. Kind of battered team, actually. We've got 2 missed next games here as well. So 1 line woman out and 1 catcher out for the first or the next game. I'm not sure if they've already played a game. I guess they have, considering the way the team looks. And we don't have enough to replace the blitzer, which is a shame. But we have a blitzer with Mighty Blow piling on Tackle Dauntless, but I think the other one is the star. We have a blitzer with block plus strength. She's a contender for star player for certain, but I think our star player is this one with Mighty Blow, Jump Up, Piling On, and Frenzy. So yeah, she's very much a hunter of blood, very much wanting things to die, and very interesting for the most part. And then we have a thrower with sure hands block. No, it starts with sure hands. No, it doesn't. Sure hands block, yes. Catcher with block, and catcher with block, tackle, miss next game, I guess. And then 1 line woman with dirty player block, but there's no bench, so she's pretty useless at the moment. Second throw has also picked up block, and a line woman with miss next game as well. So that's how Mara Drake's Wonderworlds look. 17 games in. 10 kills! Wow. And 5 deaths. 10 kills. Jesus. Alright, that's fun. What can I say? I like that Amazon team. I'll be keeping an eye on that one. That's interesting. So here we have I believe, one of the champions? Or was this the Steel team? No, this was the Steel team. So these were the runner-up, I think, in the Steel playoffs. Because Turin won Steel, of course. So this was the one team that didn't quite make the playoffs as the champion, but they did go all the way through the playoffs. So Nibanon, huge shout out to him again. He was, I believe he was in the final of all 3 playoffs, and he won 2 of them. So all 3 playoffs that he could play in, I mean, because the maximum we can play as one coach is 3 playoffs. So very, very good season from Nibanon last season. So our star player is very simple. It's this Croxagore with a block plus strength guard. This thing is disgusting. I love it. So Krohutek is definitely our star. And I don't think I checked the team motto actually, so let's go back to that for a second. There wasn't one, that's why. 3 lots of block on the Sorai. Skink with movement, sure feet, sprint. He's 1 off being a natural 1-turner, so he's an almost natural 1-turner. Skink with dive and tackle, skink with wrestle. Yeah, very good looking team overall. 10 games in, drew 1, lost 1, so fantastic result for Lizards early on in a competitive field. 2 kills, 1 death. So yeah, Nibanon, you're kind of scary. I'm pretty sure I've played Nibanon, and I don't remember him being... I mean, he was good, but I don't remember him being, you know, inhuman. So I don't know. Interesting. I need to play Nibanon more. See more of him in action, I think. And take some of his massive balls. I don't know. And this relatively infamous dwarf team is back with D-Man and his Vermin Vanquishers. They were also a playoff contender in the Steel. We heard about the rat problem. Yeah, you're in the wrong group for the rats, though. So the Death Roller does have guard, and it's a dwarf team. That's the star player. There's a Death Roller. There's our star player with guard, which is boring, but you know, it's a Death Roller. So if anybody's willing to take Death Roller on dwarfs, then that's the only way I think dwarfs are playable. Then we have Mighty Blow Tackle on a Blitzer, Guard Mighty Blow on a Blitzer, Troll Slayer with Mighty Blow, Runner with Wrestle Tackle, Runner with Block Leader, nice. Longbeard with Block. There's a Troll Slayer missing. Yeah, and he can't afford to buy it, but there is a Troll Slayer missing on this team. I suppose he just hasn't been able to afford it yet, for the most part, because probably had to buy the Apothecary. I think you only start with 1 reroll as a Death Roller. No, you can start with 2. Can you? I don't know. I don't remember how the Death Roller build looks, but there's a good chance that he's had to spend some money, basically, to get the team viable, because you have to buy a bench. Oops, you got to buy an apothecary on dwarves, it's necessary, and yeah, there's definitely some money involved at the start, so Trollslayer is probably his next purchase. It hasn't happened yet. So we're 10 games in, 5 kills. It's pretty tame, to be fair, with a death roller, and 1 death. So we're averaging 1 kill every 2 games at the moment, which is less than you want with the death roller, but at least you're getting some. And death roller is still a way off getting its second level, actually. I don't know. Overall, interesting dwarf team. Quite a lot of wins, quite a lot of draws. Only the 1 loss. Not a bad record. And I mean, it's D-man with dwarfs. It's kind of terrifying. Let's be honest. So lawn share in his ogres. If I remember rightly, this was a pretty impressive ogre record. Let's have a quick look at it again. Yeah, relatively. 5 games in, 5 wins. Winning half the games. That's pretty good. Draws, just 2 losses. This is a really good ogre record, actually. Yeah, but let's have a look at the team first. So, look at them pretty clouds. Woo is the motto. And we got an ogre with block, an ogre with break tackle, an ogre with plus movement break tackle. There is our star player. What a good looking star player he is. Looks like he's taken a few too many beatings to the head for the most part, but you know, that's Blood Bowl players in a nutshell, essentially. Oh yeah, that Noblar. No, actually this is the star player, isn't it? The Noblar with Dirty Player Sneaky Git. That's probably our real star. And picks his nose as soon as I look at him, because that's what Noblars are good at. Diving Tackle, Noblar, and a Sprint Sure Feet Noblar. Interesting. So that's our 1-turn threat that gets thrown a lot, probably. Flatulence. Okay. Oh, we've gone for mostly scientists. I didn't notice this before. But okay, so yes, 10 games in, 5 wins. That's very impressive. 1 kill only, and 0 deaths. That's also very impressive. An ogre team, 10 games in, no deaths. That's pretty much unheard of. So okay, that's another team to keep an eye on. And we do actually have a stunty in each of the 3 groups. We actually have 2 stunties if you include Underworld in this group. Underworld is pseudo stunty though; they're not really stunty. So yeah, we have a stunty team in each group. 1 ogre, 1 goblin, 1 halfling. Isn't that fun? That is fun in bronze, I think. Then we got Krull in his orcs. Krull also had a pretty good season with his orcs, I think. He's also come straight up from Steel, I believe. Yep, straight up from Steel. Whoops. So, Orkander forever is our motto here. And this is probably our star player. Lars the Brutal with Mighty Blow plus Strength. So a Strength 5 Mighty Blow, or a Smart Troll, however you want to look at it. Second Black Orc with plus Strength as well, so we have 2 Smart Trolls on this team. We got another Blork, sorry, with Mighty Blow. Blitzer with Blodge Tackle, which is nice. Blitzer with Guard, Mighty Blow, Blitzer with Guard, and Blitzer with Tackle. So we've gone kind of tackle route, but that may have been because of the teams they were facing in Steel last season. A Thrower with Accurate Block. I always like it when throwers become throwers. It's not a good idea. Don't ever take that as advice, but I do like it when it happens. And a Lineman with Dirty Player. Good. So, 7 wins, 2 losses, that's 9 games. 2 kills. 0 deaths. Can't ask for more, really. You can ask for more kills, I guess, but yeah, overall. Actually, I said this is Lego. Is this Lego? Maybe this isn't Lego, actually. I'm starting to think that this isn't Lego. Let me just double check. I think it's Lego, though. It's actually not Lego, sorry. No, it's not Lego. It's part-time. I don't know part-time. Okay. But yeah, sorry, this isn't Lego. This is somebody called Part-Time. My mistake. Sorry, Lego. Sorry, Part-Time. So, Hagenmund Griffins, the human team led by Jeff B. I still think that's Lego, but okay, anyway. Led by Jeff B and somebody called Part-Time, apparently. Here for ones, not here for fun, not ones, sorry. I'm gonna have to figure out why that's so strongly Lego in my head, because that's confusing me. But it's not, so we're moving on. There's an ogre with guard. There's a lineman with busted movement. There's a lineman with wrestle dodge. There's a lineman with dirty player. We got a catcher with block, a thrower with block accurate, and a rookie catcher. And then we got blitzer with dodge guard, blitzer with guard, blitzer with mighty blow, blitzer with guard mighty blow. So I guess the blitzer with double is our star player. So the blodge guard blitzer, again with a fantastic snoot on his face. God, his head looks really unnatural from the side. It's not a good idea to look at humans from their profile, apparently. But there we go. So there's Jeff B as well, and we're straight up from Steel with 10 games in, 2 kills and 0 deaths. Pretty good for humans overall. Yeah. And lastly in this group then we've got Fallen Glory and his Thunderstruck Underworld team. Thunder. Thunder is the motto. And I'm kind of disappointed he hasn't started calling the goblins roadies. He's picked up a few more goblins. They're still called Goblin. We do have the sneaky player Dirty Git Goblin. He's definitely our star again. I think Fallen Glory would very happily say that's his star player, and I'm inclined to agree with him. Warpstone Troll has picked up Tentacles, of course. Skaven Thrower with Leader plus Movement. Skaven Thrower, who is a rookie. Skaven Blitzer with Tackle Mighty Blow. Skaven Blitzer with Claw. Lineman, Skaven Lineman with Wrestle. And then 1 Goblin with 2 heads, and 1 Goblin who is busted Agility, so he's basically just line fodder at this stage, most likely. Poor Goblin. The only real bit of history I have for this team is these guys played my Halflings, and that game went 4-3 was the final result of that game. It was absolutely insane, but it was good fun. As pretty much every game I play with Fallen Glory is, to be fair. So, 9 games in, 5 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses, 2 kills, and 2 deaths. And just in case you don't believe me about the 4-3, there it is. So, you know, there's that. So, best of luck to all 8 teams in Bronze Sea as well, of course. And Wonderworlds and Thunderstruck have already played. So, that was the Amazon team? Yeah, the Amazon team and the Underworld have already had their game. The Lizards take on the Skaven. The Dwarfs take on the Humans. That's a rough match for the Humans. The Ogres take on the Orcs. I might watch that game if possible, because that's a... I don't know, I'm really intrigued by this Ogre coach, because I haven't had the pleasure of playing him, and overall his results have impressed me. So that's the end of Bronze. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks. But hey, Editor AD here, just checking in quickly at the end. Thank you for taking the time to watch that rundown. I do these rundowns every Tuesday at 8 AM UTC, and I go through the Pyramid every week, and I go through Steel every week, so if you are interested in keeping up with that, then please do consider subscribing or keeping an eye on me on Twitch. Usually I let the end credits there are no credits. I let the end part roll out with a clip from the previous game, but as we're in the first week, I'm instead going to give a clip from some of the other stuff that I stream. Up to you if you stick around for the clip or not, but thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now. Anyway, thanks for the opportunity. Let's make AJDS Demons the best team in the world. We will, but it will take us like 2 decades. And targets for the first season, we're definitely taking 10th. Aiden, the first order of business is to lay down our targets for the year. The corresponding budget that you set will have to last you all year, so be careful with your spending. We need to build the team up completely from scratch. Frankly, we have temporary staff and drivers, no sponsors, a weak car, and a shoddy HQ. Not much to do then. With this in mind, where do you think we can hope to finish by the end of the season? First, of course! No, okay. Oh, he's going to give me money up front. That's nice of him. Go on then, give me some money. We still can't spend it though. That's the biggest problem. But okay. Because it has to last us all season. We do pick up some more money from sponsors though, at least. I'd like to present my initial report on the state of the team. Take a deep breath. Our drivers are awful, our designer is awful, our mechanics are awful. You need to get hiring fast. You know where to find me. Thanks, Jangary Brain.